I'm going to teach you different passing techniques. When you've got the ball in hockey, after you trap it and you make a decision what to do, you have to pass the ball to a teammate who's in a better spot than you. Lots of different ways to pass. We'll start off with the forehand hit. It's quite an important one because you get a lot more power with the hit rather than a push or a slap. It's a little bit harder to control. One of the things I concentrate on when you're passing, you bring your hands together. You can use it at the top, you can use it a little bit lower for a quicker grip, but I like to leave 4 or 5 centimetres, a couple of inches off the end there, hands together, ready to hit the ball. Now where the ball is with your feet is really important. So if I'm hitting off my left foot, if I want to hit the ball straight towards you, my left foot is roughly square, 90 degrees with where I want to hit the ball. And then depending on your stick, some sticks have a big bow, some are straight. You want to hit the ball flush, so you might have to put your hands a little bit further forward, but that transfer of the body weight from your right foot onto your left foot, getting your hands in the right position, keeping your eyes and head nice and still to be able to follow through. If I'm hitting the ball, I hit the ball flush through there like that. I have a very whippy action, so I come back like this and I use very wristy. Some guys aren't, some more arms, but I like to snap those wrists right at the right time so I get a little bit more power. But the main points are, have nice balance, step into that ball, get your hands, then you can hit the ball straight through. Now that's a technique. You can start off 50% practicing at training or in a game or whenever. Just practice 50%, then go up to 60, 70, 80, and by the end of it, you can hit the ball 100% swing and get the ball nice and flat and straight to your teammate. The push pass is probably the easiest pass in hockey to be able to execute. There's a couple of ways to do it though. You can do it off your left foot, or if you're running fast, you might have to do it off your right foot for balance, but the same principles apply. You got the stick on the end of the ball, your hands not too low, not too high, just a little bit above the grip. Once again, these fingers pointing down, especially the pointer, pointing down the hockey stick. Transfer that weight from your right foot onto your left foot again and really push through the ball. I like to start a little bit off the ball, so I can start back here and get a bit of a momentum before I touch the ball, or you can start on the ball and drag it a little bit before you pass. It doesn't matter which way you do it, everyone's different. But I start a little bit back and then push straight through the ball. So once again, heads over the ball, transfer that right foot onto your left foot. I'll keep the stick on the ball this time, and then you can make a nice flat pass. If you want, you can put it a little, if you're going into the circle or need to go over someone's stick, you can give a little lift to it. It's really easy to control. It's easy to do fakes, and the stick's on the ball, so it gives the defender less time to be able to read where you're passing the ball. And a little bit of practice, you get a lot of power out of this, and the timing of your transfer your weight to the wrist movement, transfer the hips. That timing is really important to get more and more power. The backhand pass, backhand hit pass, is becoming popular in hockey. It's a very good pass if you can get the ball nice and flat. Getting it flat is the tricky part. You hit the ball on this part of your hockey stick here, on the edge of your hockey stick. So to get into the right technique, you have to get nice and low, your hands close to the ground, and that's the position you want to get into. Depending the bow on your stick, you might have your hands higher or might have your hands lower, but similar to the forehand hit, you're transferring your weight from your back leg onto your front foot, hands together. Once again, I like to have a couple of inches, about 5 or so centimetres of the handle up. I come into it, I get into a low position, and then I connect with the ball. And I don't leave my backswing there. I follow my backswing around and swivel on this front foot. So if I'm passing, you can see I connect that ball and I swivel around a little bit. Once again, got the ball there. The ball's 90 degrees with where I want to hit it. It's not too close to me. The ball's not too far away where I have to stretch. You don't want to hit the hook of the head. You want to hit it just in that sweet spot of the stick right there. You want to hit the middle of the ball as well. Don't want to hit bottom of the ball, it's going to shoot up. Don't want to hit top of the ball, it's going to get that top spin. So you need to hit the middle of the ball. This takes a lot of time and practice. I recommend starting slow, just getting the ball stationary, stepping into it, and then connecting my arms, my leg, my stick, all in line with where I want to go. If I wanted to hook it around a little bit, I snap my wrist a little bit earlier. If I want to push it out that way, I put my wrist a little bit forward, but that'll come later. Just get into that nice position, and as you hit down and through, you don't want to come chomping down on it like this. You want to get that stick down there and then follow through around. And once you get into the rhythm and get the feeling of it and practice lots and lots, you'll be able to make passes on that back stick, which now some international players do very comfortably and very accurately. A very common pass these days is the slap pass. It's where you hit the ball up the shaft of your hockey stick in this part of the stick here, and it's the most common pass because it's quite easy to get power and you can also be deceptive but also get it nice and flat. How do you execute the slap pass? It's quite simple, I think. So once again, you want the ball 90 degrees with where you're passing the ball. The slap pass, your stick starts on the ground, comes in behind you, you lunge into the ball, you get really low, that right knee very, very close to the ground. And then as your hands come through, you snap the wrists around that part of your hockey stick. And once you connect, your follow through is on the ground as well. So you're leading into it, stick starts behind you, you start in a pushing position, and then you slap the ball through. Once again, your weight transfers from the right foot onto your left foot. Keep your head nice and still, and just as you're about to connect the ball, you snap those wrists so the ball is nice and flat. You don't want an angle on your stick this way because it's going to shoot up. An angle like that is going to make the ball have top spin, so it's going to be bouncy. You want the stick nice and flat. This one as well, you have your hands at the top of the stick, gives you more leverage and more power. You can do them down the shaft a little bit, but you're probably not going to get as much power. So the most popular way is to slide that right hand up the stick, nice and low, and slap through the ball to get a nice, crisp, flat pass to your teammate.